observed phenomenon or conceived phenomenon, right, would be off limits or impossible. So that means you believe in an open world, okay, where anything can happen.
Okay.
Okay. Now that means then that you believe that nothing is impossible,
Okay. Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. If nothing is impossible, then truth is unattainable. And therefore you have no science, you have no anthropology, you have no archaeology, you have no sciences at all. You see, in God's world, in the God of the Bible's world, there are certain facts that could never appear because they're inconsistent with the character and the redemptive salvific plan in human history of God. So certain facts would be off limits or impossible because of the God of the Bible. But since you don't believe in God at all and you believe in an open world, your belief in an open world destroys your own belief that you can have truth or facts. You see, Christianity is indispensable in order for there to be intelligibility, for there to be truth, for there to be facts. Deny that Jesus Christ is Lord of Lords, Kings of Kings, and the creator of the world, that he upholds all things by the power of his will, and that this course of human history is in his hands. You deny his self-disclosure of himself and who he was and him dying and rising again on the cross, deny that, and you destroy your whole world. That's how you know Christianity is true. Deny the Lord Jesus Christ, and you destroy your own world. Do you have a rebuttal? Do you have a rebuttal, sir? I'm not hearing anything. Is my mic working?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, your mic is fine. I can't hear anything on his end.
Well, do you agree with what I said, or do you have a rebuttal? Are you there? Well, while we're waiting for him to be reconnected to the interweb, does anybody care to have comments on this conversation or the conversation we had with the empathetic atheist?
Well, as far as your conversation with the empathetic atheist,
It was pure autism.
I find it funny that he was shifting back and forth in accepting atheism and then saying that he doesn't know, and then he was directing his comments specifically towards Christianity, and that sounds like to me it's a form of some kind of theism or deism. At that point, you're not even talking about atheism anymore.
No, that was the typical. This is the typical tactics that atheists take. But I'm well acquainted with that path, and it's easy to dismantle it, which you saw that I did.
Yeah. So if you predicate your comment or your analysis towards saying that Christianity is true rather than all gods in general, then you're no longer an atheist at that point. If either you're going to deny all God concepts or you're not. And if you don't deny all God concepts, then you're not an atheist. You're some other form of deist or theist.
Joshua, are you there? Wow, what a coincidence. I made a question, do you have a rebuttal? And we don't hear from him again. Wonder why that happened.
He may have been stun gun.
Yeah, it could be that.
I'm just going to reduce it down to technical issues. He probably doesn't even realize what's going on or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, this is what atheists try to do. They try to hide behind, I don't know, but they don't have that luxury because it doesn't work for God. Because
Well, I'm waiting for him to come back because he's actually a hard atheist. He knows that he doesn't believe in any gods.
well, he just got his anthropology and archaeology destroyed by admitting he believes in an open world.
Yeah, I still don't even understand what that means, but I mean,
an open world means is that no future facts can come along the scene that would be impossible or off limits.
This means that anything can happen.
Yeah, anything could come along the scene tomorrow. So, for example, suppose he believes in archaeology and maybe his specialty has to do with archaeology dealing with the Roman Empire, right? But what if we had aliens landing tomorrow and they told us that this was all planted information in an elaborate ruse? Okay. The point is, if you believe, as scientists generally do believe, unless they're Christians who are scientists, okay, in order to be a scientist, you have to have a philosophy of fact. It's not just a dispute about what the facts are, how they're to be interpreted. Science and other disciplines deal with the philosophy of fact, which includes your paradigm, your metaphysics, your worldview. Okay. And so anybody approaching any subject, and in this case, science, archaeology, etc., either you believe in an open world or you don't believe in an open world. So, for example, Christians, we do not believe in an open world because it starts with our creator and redeemer, the eternal triune God who created this world that is operating under a plan. So certain facts could never appear because they would be inconsistent, and they are prohibited by God's sovereignty, providence, and his redemptive creative plan. But if you don't believe in the God of the Bible, who is indispensable for human intelligibility, then what you're going to be left with is an open world. Okay, where nothing is off limits, nothing is impossible. And if nothing is off limits and impossible, then you can't have truth. You can't have verification. You can't have facts.
Can God operate in that open world too?
No, by definition, the God of the Bible, when we acknowledge his lordship and his eternality, that is the antithesis of an open world. Because
does God have free will?
Does God have free will? Well, I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, so just thinking with my tiny little human mind, if God is eternal and God is also all-knowing, he's always known every single thing, including his own actions, which takes away the ability logically for him to ever change his mind about anything. And that would be
why would God need to change his mind?
Exactly, which leads to the next question. The entailment is why
you're not understanding. People only change their mind because they have false beliefs.
Yeah, that's fine, but
God has no false beliefs, so there would be no reason to change his mind.
Which means that there would be no reason for him to have free will.
Yeah, I'm not understanding your point. God clearly has the capacity to make certain choices. There's some things where God doesn't have a choice. God cannot choose to be evil. God cannot choose to deny himself. God cannot choose to change his plan of human redemption. Okay.
Has God always had the knowledge for all of eternity that he was going to create the universe?
Did God know it? Well, yes.
So when did he choose to do it?
That's a category error. You say when? No. You say no. Hold on a second. You say when? That's a category error.
It's the only way that us humans would
when would be within a time index. That's a category error.
Yeah, and God exists outside of time.
Listen. I don't mean to belittle you, but these are sophist types of questions, okay? The fact that there may be some things that we might not be able to answer is not a defeater for the existence of God, nor would it be a defeater for the Christian God. It would be an exercise. It would be an exercise in futility where you need to. Oh, good. Josh is back. So, Josh, did you have a rebuttal?
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to hear anything that you were saying. I was disconnected. So do you mind?
Okay, Yeah.
repeating.
Okay, so you acknowledge that your model of reality is an open world, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So since you live in an open world, nothing is impossible. So therefore, you couldn't ever arrive at truth or even the falsity of anything. So therefore, you couldn't have science, you couldn't have human intelligibility either. So when you acknowledge that you believe in an open world, and when you believe in an open world, you are denying the lordship of Jesus Christ as the creator. You destroy you destroy your ability to speak meaningfully about anything in this world. You couldn't even discuss the meaningfulness of the apple on the counter, let alone discussing archaeology or anthropology.
That's not necessarily true because, as
No,
I
it
was
is
stating
necessarily
before,
true.
that is not necessarily
No,
true,
then
and
you
that's
then you
why I'm
believe then you
rebuttaling.
change
That's
then
why
you
I'm
well,
rebuttaling.
it's not a rebuttal. It's not rebuttaling.
It.
It's a rebuttal.
Can we hear what
Ooh, thank you.
John has to say?
Listen, but then you believe you've changed your mind that you no longer believe in an open world.
Don't move your breath.
Do you believe?
And
Have you changed your mind about your open world?
the word is rebut. That's the word.
Yeah. So have you
Thank you.
changed your mind? Have you? And by the way, I appreciate you doing this interchange. It's nothing personal. Okay.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
perfectly fine. Seriously,
Yeah. Okay.
I've
Good.
been in other conversations beforehand too,
Oh,
so
there we
Right.
I'm
go.
loving this.
Yeah. Yeah,
So go ahead.
you're coming, and I'm not trying to brown nose you. You appear
Oh,
to be a
please stop.
likable person. Okay.
Much
So
appreciated.
do you still hold to an open world?
I do. But the
Okay.
problem is that I think that when we're looking at the open world aspect, you're kind of putting it in either one field or another. And I think
No,
when you
open
put it
world is
within
the
those two
totality of your metaphysics, sir. An open world means there is nothing that is impossible either today or tomorrow.
because
Can we ask questions about what that really means?
Who's speaking?
Skeptical llama.
Okay, and open. Well, I already explained what it means, but I'll be glad to go over it again.
Okay.
An open world
Mhm.
is. Go ahead.
I mean, I interrupted you, so go ahead.
Okay, an
I know
open
who
world.
you are.
An open
Okay, good.
world. Okay, and open. Is he a YouTuber?
No.
Okay, an open world is the antithesis of the God of the Bible. Okay, in the God of the Bible's world, we live in a closed world because God is ultimate. He's absolute. Everything is defined and prescribed by God's creation and His plan. So it, by definition, a closed world because it is God who is behind everything. Now, if you don't believe
He's
in God,
behind everything? So,
yeah,
if I may clarify something.
that's what it. You don't know what the word creator means?
No, can we clarify something? Because I know
Sure.
you mentioned possibility, and then you switched it to God. Can we focus on that possibility? Is that a part of the definition that you're...
I'm not understanding what you're talking about.
Okay, so like you mentioned to Josh, um, about possibility. You defined open world
Yeah.
with possibility in the
Yeah,
definition.
an open world is anything is possible and nothing is impossible.
Okay, so when you talk about that possibility, are you talking about like also like, oh, my battery's about to die? That's not good. Are you talking about like
No,
logical?
an open world is where chance is ultimate, whereas God is
So
not
now we're
ultimate.
just switching it
So
to
He believes in
chance?
an open world. Well, if you don't believe in God, which would be a closed world, then you believe that chance is ultimate, which means anything can happen.
I thought we're talking about possibility here.
Possibility just simply means a contingency.
What?
Okay, you seem to be very confused. Okay, and I
Yeah,
want to
I
say,
mean, you're
good.
switching
Then
up
what
all
you
the
should
terms here.
then we should do is you're derailing the conversation by your own confusion. I'm going to go back to
No.
Josh. Okay, no. Oh yes,
Oh.
your server muted. Okay,
Hi, bud.
now. So Joshua, do you still
Yeah.
hold to an open world?
Yes, yes, I do.
Good. Then you're wasting your time spending money on studying archaeology and
But but that's why
anthropology.
I don't, because the thing is that we're kind of mistaken, and I don't want to put you into a science type of lecture. That is not at all what I'm trying to do. But the thing is that we kind of have to go through it in order to understand the fundamentals
But
of
you
it.
believe in an open world, so nothing can ever be considered true or false.
Well, but that's also the thing. But my internet connection was messed up, so when I was
Okay.
saying it, you guys didn't hear me. Um, the problem is with that is that when we're looking at Earth, let's just say Earth is completely different, or the possibilities of what is on Earth is completely
You're
different
not
of the
you're
possibilities.
not understanding what you believe to be Earth tomorrow could turn out to be false tomorrow.
Well,
What
that's the
what you believe Earth is today could turn out to be falsified tomorrow. You told us so because you believe in an open world.
but see, like that's the problem, and that's why I think that with
Do
the
you
the
do you disagree with what I just said?
I really do, yes. Because
Okay,
I
good.
agree
So
with
then
the
you don't.
open
Okay,
world.
so then you are now repudiating your former your prior affirmation of an open world.
Because it's more nuanced than that.
Do
That's
you
that's
still
the
hold to
problem.
do you hold to an open world?
Yeah,
Yes, but in
Darth,
a
take
Okay,
it.
different
now
way.
Mike, please stop.
You
Okay.
either do or you don't, man. Come
Yeah, and
on.
by the way, J Mike, just to let you know, James Randi is now a theist. Okay, just thought you'd like to know. Right?
Sure, Darth, whatever.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Okay. Now, please
Hold on.
wait. Okay. Please wait. Okay. So Joshua, do you
Yes.
hold to an open world?
Yes.
Is that yes? Okay.
Yes.
Good. So nothing is impossible. Therefore, you will never be able to. You cannot arrive at truth or falsity about anything.
Underneath your definition, yes.
No, it's not my definition. Okay. Because you can never know anything because it could be falsified tomorrow.
No,
You see,
because we can arrive at the same thing.
the only way that they're Mike, please wait, okay? Um, the only way that you can have conceptually um, truth and falsity
Hmm.
where the rubber hits the road is in a closed world which is governed by an eternal ultimate God who has the character set of the Christian God. If you reject that, right, then you're adopting an open world. If you're in an open world, truth and falsity is inaccessible.
Mm.
Therefore, if truth and falsity is inaccessible, all right, then education is meaningless in your world. Now, I am not saying that in actuality, truth and falsity is inaccessible. Okay, in the Christian worldview, it is indispensable and the only coherent worldview that can metaphysically ground truth and falsity. Okay, but if you don't accept the Christian worldview, then you are left with an open world. And if the consequence of an open world is that truth and falsity are inaccessible. Now, if you'd like to tell me how truth and falsity on anything is accessible in an open world, I'd love to hear it. Do you think that you can do that?
I think I could give it a try.
I think we'll be here all night and you won't. Because whatever you tell me, you see, by your own words, you said any fact that you believe today could be
Yeah, can
falsified
change.
tomorrow. So therefore, whatever you insist through even rigorous reasoning and argumentation could be falsified tomorrow.
Hmm.
But then that fact could be falsified the next day, and then the next day that could be falsified.
Yeah, it's called fallibilism, Darth. It's not a problem.
Okay.
But real fast.
No, it is a problem. Let me explain to you why it is a problem. Don't overtalk me, sir. Don't overtalk me. It is. Because you are ignoring the problem. There are people who have gone to their doctors, and the doctor tells them they have a very serious condition, and they go, "Oh no, the doctor's not right," and they go home and they die of their disease. You're simply ignoring the problem by saying it's not a problem. Are you an atheist, Mike?
Yes, but Darth, he could.
Okay. Do you believe in an open system?
Yes, all eternal nature.
Okay, good. Then you do not have metaphysical background information to say anything is true or false.
No, you didn't hear me right. I might have answered that wrong. So I have a closed system that is the fundamental grounds of reality is
okay.
So
first of all, it sounds like you're talking through a wet washcloth.
Probably. I mean, it's probably my phone isn't very good.
Okay, so you believe in the God of the Bible then?
No, I don't. It's
well, then you believe in an open system then?
No, it's closed system based on.
Okay, good. Then what you claim as a closed system would just simply be idolatry. It's simply a figment of your fertile autonomous reasoning. So tell me about your closed system. What is it that is ultimate and absolute that institute what the facts are?
Yep, the experience of just reality. So reality exists.
Okay, did you hear that, Tonlock? Tonlock, did you hear that?
Yeah, I was about
to say, hear that?
There it is again.
Bingo!
Yeah,
okay, now you see
reality.
You didn't realize the landmine you just stepped on, did you?
Darth, I've talked to you like 7 times.
Okay, do you realize the landmine you just stepped on?
I realize what you think the landmine.
No, I said, do you? Okay, again, you're not answering the question. You're evading. I said, do you have any realization of the landmine you just stepped on when you invoke reality?
Yeah, please explain to me. I would love to hear.
Okay, so you don't realize it, do you?
Well, I would like to hear what I don't.
So you don't realize. So you don't realize that you stepped on a landmine.
No, I don't think that I did, but I want you to.
Okay, good. Then I'm gonna have to inform you. Okay. When I asked you, I said, since you believe in a closed system, then what is it that is absolute that makes the facts the facts? And you said reality, right?
I'm saying that reality or nature.
Listen to me. I don't need a lecture here. All I need is for you to confirm or deny that you said something, okay? Now, when I said to you, you're telling me you believe in a closed system, but it's not the closed system of the God of the Bible. I said, so then what is it that is ultimate, that institutes and secures what makes the facts the facts? And you said reality, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, is reality the equivalent of saying all the facts?
Are we getting into a concrete many?
Okay. Is reality the conceptual set of all particulars?
So reality exists.
Is reality a conceptual set?
A conceptual set?
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing, Tonlock? When I ask simple questions, they play dumb and then become argumentative. Is reality? Listen to me. I'm not going. First of all, your microphone is crap. Number two, you're being obnoxious. Okay, listen. If you're familiar with me, listen. Overtalk me again. See what happens.
Oh, you'll server mute me? Oh, man.
Okay, listen to me. Overtalk me one more time. I'm not going to give you any more warnings. Now, is reality a conceptual set of concrete particulars?
Define what you mean.
Do you know the difference between concrete and abstract?
Yes.
Okay. Is reality a concrete one or a concrete many?
Did I not just ask, are we about to get into a concrete?
Dude, stop jerking me around. Jerk me around one more time. Just one more time. And see what happens.
Abomination for the pit of hell.
See, what you're doing right now, is classically what people do.
Yeah, we showed that. You called it a rant, I called it preaching, but we showed that too. I insisted that we should show that because our community needed it, and I think the Spirit provided it for us through you.
of concrete particulars.
And I got to thank you, Sam, for
concrete,
being
as
someone
opposed to
who's
abstract,
available, even though
where like
you're
numbers
busy
are
and
numbers are
I will always
abstract
be here to
objects. They're
serve
not
my brothers in
concrete
Christ. The only
objects.
thing I don't want to do is waste
reality
time
a
with the eons who are not
conceptual
worth
set
the
of
time
facts or
spent to
particulars?
expose to heresy because they're ignoramuses and they're illiterate. I did that just so I can put them in his place.
Okay, bye-bye. You're
telling me
gone.
he's
See you
going around,
later.
you know.
Boing. He was now ejected, just like Incrediboy in The Incredibles. He got ejected. Okay? See, this is the little game that they play. They play dumb, then they're argumentative. They play dumb, they play argumentative. It's Joshua, I apologize for that diversion there. Okay? I should have ignored him while we're talking to you. My apologies. So, do you believe in an open world, Joshua?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then if you're in an open world, the concept of truth and falsity is meaningless.
No, I can definitely see what you mean by that. I could definitely see. But
do you dispute that an open world, a metaphysic of that, eviscerates intelligibility, including the concept of truth and falsity? Do you deny that?
Do I deny that?
Do you deny that an open world destroys intelligibility because truth and falsity are unattainable?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So therefore, there is nothing that you can present that is true. Now, in the Christian worldview, because of God's eternal nature and character, okay, in the Christian metaphysic, would we have the capacity for truth and falsity and intelligibility?
I believe that you would believe that you do.
No, I'm not. That's not the question I'm asking.
Okay,
In a world where the God of the Bible ontologically is, including character set, by virtue of his eternal character and nature and his providential redemptive plan of human history, could we have the accessibility of truth and falsity for some things?
Yes, if he did exist, yes.
Right. Now, does your worldview, which is an open system, does it have the background information for intelligibility and truth and falsity?
As you said, it could definitely change. So that's the problem, is that truth.
So you're embracing a worldview that self-immolates you.
I mean, it's a world that is within a certain time frame, constantly changing.
You can't. No, you can't. But listen, in an open world, does it destroy the capacity for the actuality of truth and falsity?
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Good.
And I think
so in your world, there can't be truth and falsity is inaccessible.
In a sense, you're absolutely correct.
Good. So then you can't even say that too, could you?
Exactly, and that's why we have a thing called fuzzy logic. Because
you're not okay. No, but here's the problem. Is that
there it is again? Fuzzy logic.
Is that a truth claim, Joshua?
Love it.
Joshua, is that a truth claim?
The fuzzy logic aspect?
That there's fuzzy logic. Is that a truth claim?
Yeah. Oh, nice one. I almost fell into that one. No, it's not. But it's just that we
wait a minute. You just said. Okay,
that there is fuzzy logic. Yes, but it's not.
Is it true? Is it true that there's a belief about fuzzy logic?
There is a sense of belief of fuzzy logic. Yes,
is that true? But your worldview doesn't have a metaphysical background where truth and falsity is ascertainable.
Well, it's a hypothesis.
No. Is it true that it's a hypothesis?
No, that is a truth. That is a hypothesis, because a hypothesis.
Good, but you're contradicting yourself now. You're contradicting yourself now. Your world. Listen carefully. You see, I'm doing a reductio ad absurdum. This is how I'm showing you the truth of Jesus Christ, the lordship of Jesus Christ. We need to bow to the lordship of Jesus Christ, okay, in terms of how he has revealed himself from the beginning of creation up until the time he incarnated himself in the human flesh. I'm showing you that Jesus Christ is the Lord due to the impossibility of his denying his lordship. So when you embrace an open world, you are denying the lordship in Jesus' self-attestation of himself. Okay? I'm showing you through a reductio ad absurdum that the denial of Christ's lordship, that because of his lordship, we have a closed system. And because we have a closed system, truth and falsity is attainable for some things. But when you deny the lordship of Jesus Christ because you don't want to bow the knee to Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior and be right with him for eternity, and you embrace an idolatrous conception of reality, which is simply the product of your autonomous, rebellious human reasoning in an open world, that you can't, you lose your ability by your own concession to make truth and falsity claims.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a